The Guaranteed Company of North America recently hosted a roundtable to examine the Canadian transportation insurance market with industry leaders. The second of this three-part series explores how technology is shaking up the industry.
All our trucks are equipped now with videos, and the drivers, as soon as they turn that ignition off, there's a message that comes on. You're due for this type of training or whatever. You missed your training. Take 5 minutes and go through it.
Right.
Or he can't start doing anything with his truck. Any improvement in the industry is going to impact the bottom line. The smart thing is, if it's going to impact your bottom line, you need to make sure that you recover that somehow.
I think the one challenge that I do see, technology is coming in waves. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important for all of us to step back. We could buy a new technology every day of the week, and the things are changing so fast that you hardly have enough time to really measure what the benefits might be.
Where's your return on it?
Where's your return, and then you're off, So I think it's prudent to pick something that you can think will work for you, and then be mindful of what's coming. Necessarily don't chase everything.
Right. What's interesting about the trucking industry is that it's so adaptive. There will always be that adaptation to get to that level, to create efficiency and to create margin. I've never seen an industry like it. I think with the new ELDs, there's around 1,500 companies in the United States offering something that is ELD. But in reality, they may or may not have it, right? But it comes down to, I think, what is your goal? What is the goal of what the technology is going to do? In your case, utilizing a partner to be able to manage your border crossings faster. That takes it away from you having to do it in-house, and it makes sure it's done smoothly. So that's really, I think, where a lot of the next stages are on the assessment. Everyone's going to go through it whenever we make a change, period. But what's the right thing for each company? Because there isn't one size fits all in this industry.
We've implemented every type of green technology that we can. We've implemented as much as we can without trying something that may not have a return. Mm-hmm. So we feel as a fleet that we've gathered the low-hanging fruit and implemented it. We found when we implemented ELDs that we did not have a drastic reduction in driver capability and driver productivity. Some fleets do, some fleets don't. We didn't, and we found that it was actually more productive than counterproductive. We thought that we would lose 15% of our driving force. We lost one driver due to electronic logging. Yep. And quite honestly, when the drivers figure out how to use the ELDs properly, they can be more productive.
We are an entry-level company. We do hire brand new drivers. The great thing with our program is I know that. And using technology, because we have a speed gauge program that monitors drivers. We also have sudden stops, emergency lane movements. So I identify my high-risk drivers and follow them for the first year that they're hired. So technology has really helped us. In terms of ELDs, there is that fear factor of an older driver that has come. And I find the first week is kind of scary, right? There's a lot of phone calls, a lot of work with dispatch. But after the week and you really talk to somebody, hey, I like this. I don't have to worry about signing my name. I don't have to worry about crossing my T's and dotting my I's and making sure that my grid totals are complete. And there's no going back the next morning, which you always tell your drivers to do, and make sure that everything is right, or that's a $490 fine. And what are we doing here, guys? So electronic logs has made a big deal. We implemented a new dispatch program 2 years ago. Same thing as we're able to update as we go. We find it just saves so much time, and our drivers are able to get the pickups as they need and bring it back. It just works. But again, it's training your staff and your drivers on how to use that technology.
I feel that the largest impact that we can have is making sure that the customers that we have are using that data to the best of their ability. If we can go in and we can show them how, as Angelique said, how they could use that information better in any one of those particular areas, be it from the minute they bring a driver on in recruiting or be it in routing or an overall risk management. how to pick up on those trends. Use the data that they have to pinpoint exactly where it is that they can streamline their organization, be better in their maintenance, be better in their travel, be better in whatever number of areas you want to attack.
Yeah, there's a joke that I use a lot when I'm talking publicly about how the guarantee underwrites trucking companies and why we focus on cross-border. Really, there's nothing as an insurance company that we can do to any one of our customers that goes to the United States that the government isn't already doing, from an assessment perspective, from making sure that they're safe on the road, making sure that they have the right equipment, and more importantly, as we've just talked about with the regulation side of it, making sure that they're doing what they need to do as far as the technology and the legal requirements. So where we have to step it up as an industry, meaning the insurance industry, is acknowledging that kind of prowess that those companies have, and actually looking at ways where we can improve our own knowledge base based on the information that's provided to us.